Yeah, officially there is no more maritime law. We're back to common law. The NESARA law. British rule is over, and this is the celebration. The White Hats are celebrating, that they have control of the White House, and we're out there celebrating it. And the best way to celebrate it is to bring Dana White in there to drop $60 million for a big stage. California is the worst to live in right now. I can imagine the prices. I mean, they had old people that had farms there that Newscom had cut their water off, and their farm is dying and their animals are dying. I mean, how reptilian is that? I'm just like losing my mind with this shit, right? California's outrageous. I get it. I know there's a lot of problems all over. BC's outrageous too. It's I believe when you go downtown, in any town, you'll see Zombieland. I mean, if you see Edmonton right now, I've sent some video out on Edmonton, and they have complete parks that are full of tents. Parks are full of tents. The parks aren't small there. There's a lot of parks there, and they're all full because people can't live in their apartments. And I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I mean, I really hope that everybody has housing before winter. And that's like, it's going to get cold in Edmonton by September. So what is it, July, August? They got 2 months left. That's what's scary. Every day there's more people going onto the street. I could probably safely say that there's 2 to 3 million people in Canada that are homeless or living out of their vans, living out of their campers, me included. I will refuse to buy any land in Canada until this is over. And even then, I don't know. I'd have to look it over. I know that I don't, where I'm at right now, I have no family here anymore. I just got friends here, and I'm just here to clean up my belongings and get things organized. And I expect to probably try and find a property and down in the Lower Mainland, so I could be closer to the airport and see how that goes for a while. I'm not sure how this is all going to play out. Yeah, so I'm hoping that this money does come in and things will change, and we'll see what happens. There's lots of things that are going to happen, during the lockdown. We are in a multi-level operation controlled by the military, and everything's being monitored, especially the social media. The Space Force knows who all the patriots are. They know all your comments. They get your, they know who, they can see the level of your vibration based on the words that you say and, what's coming out there and your feelings about what's going on. They know who all the negatives are. And, they're just not going to be part of the new world. What about the good people in the blue states? Well, they're already been identified, and they'll be looked after. I mean, they don't want to move from their homes. They're born and raised families, second, third, fourth generation, whatever. And they're going to be taken care of. I mean, when all this is gone, the military's going to go in there and clean out the bad guys. That's basically it. They know who the good people are. Was I in this in 2018? Yes, I was. I watched the whole shit unfold when Trump come down the escalator. I said, now we got a chance. Now we have a chance. Because I seen the writing on the wall. I mean, didn't everybody see back in 2008 with Obama and him sending all the money over to Iran to feed their psychopath leadership over there? And the thousands and thousands of good Iranian people were being murdered. I mean, all that, and Obama was funding all that by sending all that stuff over. He was funding it. I mean, it's not like they needed the money. They had, huge oceans of oil field that they were able to sell off. They could have used their own money, but what they were trying to do is deflate the United States. And Obama was inserted in 2008 and saying, well, we're going to bring change and all this other stuff. And I bought right into that. I said, oh, okay, we got a black guy in there and whatever, and he's going to bring change and all this, and let's see how this goes. But as soon as I started seeing shit, I was going, that wasn't a good idea. That wasn't a good idea. That means, and I started saying, there is a other power, evil power that is in the White House right now. I saw that coming. And then they started doing all this shit with the Lehman Brothers, and they did the meltdown and all the corruption that was manipulation that was in the central banking system that they stole the taxpayers' money to pay off all their globalistas for doing a shitty job. And that's when I said, that's it. I'm done. It was 2010. I started pulling money out every day. And I started, going heavy into silver because I says, the only thing I can afford, because the gold was still quite pricey. I says, the only thing I can afford is silver. And, I think it's going to go somewhere. I says, it's not going to get any cheaper. I says, it's only going to go up. And I wasn't expecting it to go from what it is now, even double, or because it's gone up 143%. I'd be happy going up, 50%. I'd be happy. But it's gone up 143% since I really started getting heavy into it, right? Now it's going to go up another 600% when this whole fiasco gets cleared up by the White Hats. Did you read the New York Times? I don't read New York anything. Article on Trump. No, I never. I can imagine what it says. They're probably pulling whatever hairs they got out left. I don't really understand it either. I don't understand it either. But it's part of the celebration, and it's to let the world know that the White House is in control of the good guys. Right? Last month he gave us back. Yeah, Yahweh, exactly. Yeah, he's putting Jesus Christ back in the White House. He's asking God to come back in our world, right? And that has to be a formal invitation. And I think that's why we're seeing big changes now. And the the negatives out there, the negative crazies out there cannot handle it. Yeah. Well, the minions, Mom, they're the ones that are exposing themselves, right? Yes, I know the White House and other churches are built on ley lines, and there's underground tunnels there that lead, interconnecting with each other around the world, because that's where they were taking their, the little ones out of, and, all these, these orphanages and all this other stuff. That's all coming out. And, that's why we're losing so many. And you can tell I can say right now, honestly, the amount of people going missing on this planet tells me these are not human that are taking them. They are from another, very evil planet. And I believe that, I've proven it time and time again that they walk amongst us, and once they're exposed, they will have nowhere to run. Is the 4th of July the date that comes? Well, it's going to be a celebration day, and I believe that it's going to be the beginning of the big celebration of the whole year. So it's going to go from July 4th, 2026 to July 4th, 2027. And I think that a whole year coming, is going to be nothing but celebration. But there is going to be chaos involved in it as well. Okay? Because the leftist crazies won't be able to handle it by all the ascension, by all the celebration and everything going on. It's going to drive them around the bend. Narcissists do not like people dancing and enjoying and clapping and having a good time. Drives them nuts. They want to separate, divide, and get things really ugly and depress people. That's what a narcissist is. Okay? It's like when they cheered the gladiator is accepting the new system. Yes. Okay. I kind of get the connection, but, you know, I would like to also see a couple of nice old rock bands in there, a couple of oldies in there. But, of course, those are all the old rock bands of yesterday is all controlled by the globalistas. So they don't have a track record of being the good guys, except the ones that were inside those bands that were unfortunately, life-ending situations. Keep buying dong, yes. 1 million a week ago. Good for you. Keep buying them. I've got lots. I went down and bought 120,000 yen worth of Japanese yen. And, of course, I dumped another $1,000 on Philippine peso. So it's just, adding to the because I know there's going to be big things happening in Japan. Good things are going to come there. Data centers, if they are free energy or prisons for the corrupt, yes. Everything is based on events, okay? As the events get heated up more and more and more, okay? We're still not there yet. I believe there's still more chaos to go. But it's not going to stop me from carrying on with my life and my world. It is what it is, right? I am well prepared to lock down wherever I am. I hope, but I've always been, kind of a guy that lives on the on the outside of the envelope. Yes, if you get dinar, buy dinar. Yeah, that you're going to do well. Any type of currency you're going to do well with. I just, because they have to. There's no way that they are going to be allowed to do world trading, international trade, with having this money being so manipulated up and down. As what Trump has said, and everything he said has come true, this all will be, monies and monetary system will all be even, to make it an even playing field. He said that a dozen times. So, we have to know where the puck is going, not do a trail behind and follow the bouncing ball like my little guy does, right? I'm trying to teach him right now. It's hard for me to do it over here, but I explained to him, I says, you got to know where the ball's going to be, because that's where it's going. If you know that guy, that ball is going to be picked up at your end of the court, you got to be the first one up that court, so that guy that's got the ball, your teammate, can throw it to you. You got to know where the ball's going. We got to know where the puck is going, and this is I believe that's why we're going to be able to, and that's what the White Hats are doing. I mean, they're doing it this way. And I think we're very, very successful. Trump may sign the Clarity Act. That would be sweet if he could. That would be great if he could do that. If he could sign the Clarity Act, that basically busts open the whole financial system, and that takes the power away from the globalistas. Right? It's on the collective consciousness. Well, we have Christ conscious, the truth, God, and love on our side, and no negative can beat that. What do you think of copper will be by the end of the year? Well, I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to guarantee this. It's going to be certainly higher than it is today. And where do I think money, our paper money, where that's going to be? It's going to be in the toilet. Those two things I know for sure that will happen. You cannot miss by buying copper. The Statue of Liberty still has to come down. Yes, it does. And will they do that? You know, will they implode it? Will there be an earthquake there? Will there be direct energy pretending to be something else? I mean, who knows? It's, you know, all we know right now is that these are things that will not surprise us, but it will certainly blow the sleepers off their chair or off the couch that they're sitting on. Yeah, it could be yes, the movie could be a Freemason curse, but, you know, they're just putting the scare out there so people don't go see it. That's what I'm thinking. Alex, do you think think pork chops from Foodland still is safe to eat? No. Pork chops are full of parasites. Pigs are full of parasites. The only one that you can get away with that is when they're smoked. And, you know, you could take beef. Beef doesn't have that, okay? But pork, they do not have sweat glands. So they have, in their lifespan, their life cycle, all that parasites all built up in them because they don't have any sweat glands. I just don't eat pork. I don't. We have enough problems out there with our parasites and cleansing and everything else. I don't have to add to it. That, and I've had to stop eating sushi. We got to know what is really extremely good for us in our foods, right? Sunshine, even having been outside in sunshine, that's a food. QFS will happen when it happens. I believe it's going to happen very, very soon, though. I believe that QFS has already taken over all the central banking systems. Do you know what currencies in the first basket? My guess would be the Zimbon or the Zig, dinar, the Indonesian rupiah, the Vietnamese dong, the Venezuelan bolivar, Mexican peso, probably the Cuban peso as well. That's my guess, and it could be maybe the Japan yen. But there will be 20 of them, and because there's 209 different currencies, I guess, or is it 177 different currencies? So they're going to have to put them in 20. I'm thinking they're not. I don't think they're going to do the whole thing at once. That'd be pretty chaotic. Yeah, everybody should not put dates on anything. Let's not put dates on anything out there because of. Let's look at the events. Let's look how things are getting heated up. Like we're there now. Like if you were to give me a scale 1 to 10 on how things are heating up, I think they're about a 5 to 6 right now. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's how much I'm thinking things are getting heated up. It's between a 5 and a 6. So when are they going to pull a pin and say lockdown? Maybe 7, maybe 8. Let's see where this goes. Need poison out of the foods. Yes, I believe that's coming out of the foods. Stay away from your cereals. The worst food in the world is any type of cereal with milk right now. Stay out. You want a decent food, stay to eggs. Poached, boiled, and it's okay with butter, salt and pepper. Salt is fine. We need salt in our body to get rid of salt. Gets rid of the parasites. They don't like it, right? It's everything that the medical system, all the pharmaceutical bullshit that they tell you, just reverse everything. Salt is very good for you. Steaks are very good for you. That's why they're trying to, kill off all the chickens. That's why they're trying to kill off all the cows, and the pigs and everything else. Well, pigs are not good for us anyways. I mean, if anything I agree with is the Muslims that they don't eat the pork. And I agree with them. It's not a good animal. I mean, if you see the buggers out in the wild, what do? They tear apart everything. They're like the four-legged mosquito of this planet. The only thing I'd do with them is turn them into bacon. and smoke the hell out of them. If you want to do a ham, yeah, go ahead and put, in the old days, they used to put the ham up there because the smoke eventually will take care of all the parasites. If you keep that, keep the ham or the bacon or whatever you're doing, keep it in a smokehouse and do it naturally. Where they have the fires, they build the fires underground and they pipe it underground up inside the smokehouse. And so that gives that, from the fire, it gives that smoke a chance to cool down. So by the time it hits out the pipe there, it's nice and cold, and it's a cold smoke. And you can keep them in there for 30 days. The longer, the better. And then you got absolutely, jerky type on the outside, and then everything's, like a ham in the inside, nicely smoked. You bought copper coins from Amazon. Good for you. Excellent. Buy me some. Yeah, I want to buy some. And let us know how that's going. I mean, take it to a metal dealer, and, I know you probably didn't pay much for them, but take it to a metal dealer and just check them out to make sure they are copper. And then, continue. If they are what they say they are and they're authentic, 99.9% pure copper, and they're pressed into a coin or whatever, then that's a great buy. I don't know. Tell me what you paid for them per coin. Is it per ounce? Then we'll know. I know there's a lot of copper guys that are mining. They're not mining them. They're doing scrap copper right now, and they're doing their forging and putting everything into bricks. And they're apparently, what I hear right now is they're selling their copper for $3 an ounce, which is big money. That's like $48 a pound. So you can, if you got copper, clean copper, you can trade it into the metal buyers, the scrapyard. They'll give you $6 American, okay? $6 American. So that's about $9 a pound. But these guys are selling it for $48 a pound because they're actually doing all the cleaning and the forging and then melting into their versibles or their crucibles to get their molds, and then they're having to clean that off. And of course, then that's ready to sell on the market, and they're making from $9 to $48. So they're making $39 a pound. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty good money, and everybody's going to get into it because there's so much copper around.